Dear students, greetings to all. In this module, we will be continuing with our ongoing chapter 8, Cell, the unit of life. Cell organelles in eukaryotic cell. In today's module, we'll be carrying out a discussion on endomembrane system, which comprises of the endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, lysosomes, and the vacuoles. It is a group of membranous organelles which perform function in coordination. They have a coordinated function. Now, let us discuss about the endomembrane system in that endoplasmic reticulum. The term endoplasmic reticulum was proposed by Porter. Garnier in 1897 first observed ER and called them ergastoplasm. The components of ER are basically the cisternae, vesicles and tubules. We can see that the ER is in continuation with the nuclear membrane. In certain cases it is granular and certain it is smooth. So the one which have got ribosomes, these circular structures, that endoplasmic reticulum is referred to as rough endoplasmic reticulum and denoted as RER, and the other is referred to as smooth endoplasmic reticulum and is referred to as SER. ER divides the intracellular space into two compartments, that means inside the ER and the cytoplasm. It is a tubular network which is scattered throughout the cytoplasm. So Golgi is a localized cell organelle while ER is widespread in the cytoplasm, and therefore ER is often termed as system of membranes also. Now let us discuss about the two types of ER, that is the granular, that is rough endoplasmic reticulum, and the other one which is referred to as the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, that is denoted as SER. Now talking about the rough endoplasmic reticulum, it is granular in its appearance because it has got ribosomes on its surface and it basically facilitates the function of protein synthesis. It is more stable and composed of cisternae and vesicles. Now, let us carry out a discussion on the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. It lacks ribosome and thus it is involved basically in lipid metabolism. It is a less stable structure and it is basically composed of tubules. Now when we talk about the tubules, they are branched, irregular tubes, whereas the vesicles, they are oval membrane bound structures, and cisternae, they are long flattened and unbranched units which are stacked one above the other. Golgi apparatus. Now when we talk about Golgi apparatus, it is an important component of the endomembrane system discovered by Camillo Golgi in 1898 and therefore referred to as Golgi in the nerve cells of owl. Golgi is also referred by many names like lipochondria, rich in lipids, idiosome. It is also referred to as Baker's body or commonly called as dictyosome in case of plants. They are basically flat. They comprise of flat, this-shaped sac-like structures called as cisternae, and we can see that these cisternae, they are stacked one on the other parallel to each other. Golgi also comprises of cisternae, tubules and vesicles, where cisternae are unbranched saccules, tubules they are branched, whereas vesicles are spherical structures which bud basically from the tubules. Here we see that there are two phases. One is the cis, that is the forming phase comprising of the young tubules, and the other, that is the trans phase, or that is referred to as the maturing phase. The cis phase is basically the phase which is towards the nucleus, and the concave surface of cisternae which is towards the membrane, that is called as the trans phase. So cis and trans phases, they are totally different, but they are interconnected. So cis phase, that's a convex surface of cisternin that's towards nucleus, and the trans, it's a concave surface which is towards the membrane. Talking about the Golgi apparatus, the basic important functions of Golgi is that it is involved in the secretion, cell secretion. Chief function of Golgi body is secretion of macromolecules. It is involved in synthesis of cell wall. It also helps in the formation of acrosome. It also facilitates the formation of lysosome and secretion of hormones by the cells of glands. It helps in modification, packaging, and transportation also. Now, the next organelle, that's the lysosome. Christian de Dieu in 1955 discovered lysosome as a cell organelle and also named it lysosome. With the exception of mammalian RBC, they were reported from all these cells. In case of higher plants, lysosomes are less frequent because the large central vacuole functions as the lysosome. Basically, we find the various hydrolytic enzymes, digestive enzymes, acid hydrolases present in the lysosomes, like lipases, proteases, the amylases, which are active at acidic pH and help to break down sugars, proteins, lipids, and the nucleic acids. The vacuoles. These are membrane-bound space which are found in the cytoplasm. They basically consist of an outer wall which is referred to as the tonoplast, and they contain the cell sap comprising of the excretory waste and the salt, iron, sugar suspended in it. The vacuoles occupy 90% of the volume of the cell. In case of plant cell, there is a large centrally located vacuole because of which the nucleus gets shifted towards the periphery. In animals, there are many vacuoles which are present. In case of amoeba, contractile vacuole helps in the elimination of waste. The food vacuole helps to bring about digestion by engulfment of the food. In case of amoeba, it is by forming pseudopodia. So we can see that in case of unicellular organisms like amoeba, paramecium, vacuoles play a vital role because they are unicellular organisms. So the food vacuole helps in ingestion, digestion, and the contractile vacuole helps in the elimination of waste. Mitochondria. It is referred to as the powerhouse of the cell. It is a very important organelle. Kolliker first observed mitochondria, and Altman established them as cell organelles and called them bioblasts. The term mitochondria was given by C. Benda. They are clearly visible only when they are stained. They are sausage-shaped cylindrical structures having a diameter of 0.2 to 1 micrometer and the length is 1 to 4.1 micrometer. The mitochondria is a double membrane bound organelle comprising of the outer membrane. So it consists of the outer membrane, the inner membrane, and the intermembrane space present. Here we can see that there is presence of outer membrane, there is the presence of inner membrane, and between is the intermembrane space. The inner membrane is folded into cristae. So we see that the inner membrane, it is folded like this into cristae so as to increase the surface area. There is the cytoplasm which is present, which is referred to as matrix. There is the presence of ribosomes and DNA, and therefore mitochondria is a semi-autonomous organelle like chloroplast, which has got its own DNA and the ribosomes which facilitate the process of protein synthesis. In the inner membrane, that is the cristae, there is the presence of F0, F1 particles. So they are structures like this. Here this is the F1 particle, the globular structure, and the stick-like structure is the F0 particle. The oxysomes play a role in the synthesis of ATP with the help of the enzyme ATP synthase. So the mitochondria, they are the powerhouse, they are the energy batteries of the cell which help to synthesize energy in the form of ATP. The function of mitochondria is basically it also helps in cytoplasmic inheritance. It also helps in the vitalogenesis in the oocytes. And basically the role is the powerhouse of the cell, that is the production of energy in form of adenosine triphosphate. In this module we basically discussed about the endomembranes. We talked about the cell organelle like mitochondria. Hopefully you must have garnered all the concepts thoroughly. Thank you.